Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be my shop my stash for the next 2 weeks. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get into it. These tend to be longer videos, so I don't want to ramble on for too long. I do have a couple things that I actually finished during this week. Put them back in here so I can show you. These are gonna get pulled out. I finished the Too Faced Hangover RX little primer. That's gone. The Milani Make It Last, empty, and the Ulta Beauty matte makeup setting spray is empty as well. I like to hold on to this bottle. I mean, I'm gonna hold on to all of these until I film my year-end, like all of makeup empties, but I'm gonna hold on to this one. I might refill it with other setting spray for when I go on travel. It's just so little, so compact, so I might do that. You might see it again, but it will be just like a regular setting spray, not the Ulta brand. So these are empty. These are all coming out of here, of course. And then since I finished these, I have been using some other products in their place because I can't really go without a setting spray. Primer, I did have another primer, so I didn't really worry about that, but I went ahead and pulled in the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. I think I have like a quarter of the bottle left. I do really want to finish it, and it is a nice setting spray other than it kind of like hoses your face, but I do like this guy. And I have a problem with this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I did go ahead and put it back in here because I really like it. I prefer it over the e.l.f. Hydrating Coconut Mist. This is still pretty good, but just in the summertime it's a little too hydrating. I do get oily in the summertime, so I use this on days that I don't wear makeup. I just spritz it on my face, kind of like a skincare kind of mist. There's not a lot left in here, so I don't know if I want to keep it and try to finish it just so I can concentrate on it, but that's what's going on with these. Let's go ahead and move on to the other products that are in here. I did put in the Laura Mercier puff in here, but I haven't used it yet. I really want to use it. I want to give it a shot since I picked it up during the Sephora VIP sale. I really want to try it, and this powder puff came in the Derma Blend powder, so I have both of these in here. I am gonna keep them both, try and, you know, play with them and see how they go. Okay, I don't know if I had the Hourglass Ambient Lighting powder here last time or not. My favorite finishing powder, so I'm not gonna go ahead and pull it out. I'm gonna keep it in here because I really love it. I did go ahead and play quite a bit with the Derma Blend Professional, like the Illuminating Banana Powder. I love this thing. I love banana powder. It just goes really well with my skin tone, and I like that brightening effect under the eye, and this has been really amazing. I am gonna go ahead and pull it out. I do have another banana powder that I'm really interested in playing with. I did have the Hourglass Translucent Setting Powder, the Veil. I love this as well. It's beautiful on the skin, kind of like hydrating, but not really hydrating. It's just beautiful on the skin. One of my favorites. I am going to go ahead and pull it out. And then I am also going to pull out this Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin. Again, this is a beautiful powder. I really like it. But again, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to put something else in. The No Pore Blend Primer by Touch in Sol. I didn't use it too much because I really wanted to finish that mini by Too Faced. But this was pretty decent. I did use it maybe like 3 or 4 times. It was decent. I'm going to pull it out, pull a different primer for this time around. The Dior Backstage foundation is beautiful. I absolutely loved it, and it was really easy to apply. Like, I could apply it with my fingers and then pat it with the sponge, like the beauty blender. It looked really beautiful on. It's not very full coverage. It's actually, like, I would say light to medium. It could be built up to medium. I really like that. It was great for work, quick. I loved it. The other foundation that I had in here, and I absolutely love this thing, it's got to be one of my favorites. Like, in the last couple weeks, this is the one that I'm like, oh, I love this foundation. It looks beautiful on the skin. I only need 1 pump to cover all of my face. I don't know what kind of coverage this is supposed to be, but I can get a medium coverage with 1 pump. It looks stunning on the skin. This is like my absolute perfect match when I'm like my natural skin, just a little bit of a natural tan, not like really tan. Beautiful. I absolutely love it, and I just love how it wears. I am gonna pull it out because I just applied a self tanner on today. I need a little bit darker shade than this guy is. So I'm gonna pull that out. The Natasha Denona Duo Glow. Honestly, I only used this guy one time. I think it was like 7 days that I didn't wear any makeup. My son was sick, and then I just had so much going on with work, so I didn't have time to put makeup on. But I did use this yesterday. Instead of using both a blush and a highlighter, I just used this guy, and I used it with this brush from e.l.f. I don't know that it really matters, but this is the brush that I use it with. Kind of like to get a wash all over the cheek without being too intense, because this is kind of like, it's an in-between highlight blush. I can't use it as a blush, I can't use it as a highlight, so instead of doing both, I just use this guy. Look, you can see the line of demarcation from my self tanner. It looked stunning on the skin. I love it, but I am gonna pull it out. And this is another beautiful blush that I can just go heavy-handed with and not worry about. It looks beautiful on the skin, very natural looking, and this is the Catrice like blush boxes. Beautiful. Is it blush box? Yeah, blush box. Beautiful. And this is the shade Glistening Pink. Stunning. I do have this in a project pan. I am trying to use a couple grams out of this, and this is the Becca Capricos. I am going to pull it out. I do want to play with other bronzers right now, so I am going to go ahead and pull this guy out. I did have a couple face palettes. We'll just get to those in a little bit. I am going to go ahead and pull out all 3 of these concealers. What else do I have in here? I have some mascaras and eyeliners. I am going to pull these 2 eyeliners out. They're not in a project. And I got 3 mascaras ongoing. These are just, they're staples, like an under eye primer, 2 eyeliners, that one brown, one black, a glitter glue, and a brow pencil, brow gel by e.l.f. And I did go ahead and pull this in yesterday. This is the Anastasia like pomade, gel pomade. I don't know how I feel about it. It's too much for my brows. I already have a lot of brows, so I have to go very light-handed, but it's great hold to it. These 2 eyeliners I am gonna pull out because I just want to pull different eyeliners in. One is by Urban Decay and one is by NYX, and both are kind of like an olivey tone. I had them in here because of the Gemini palette. They went really well with it, so I'm gonna pull them out. I am gonna pull out the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Let's go ahead and keep the NYX HD Concealer in here because I'm really close to finishing my Tarte Shape Tape, and I do want to pan a different concealer after it. I think I might either do this one, or I'm gonna go back and do the Revolution Conceal and Define. Let's see which one has less grams. This guy has less grams. This is only 3 grams in the NYX, 4 grams in the Conceal and Define by Revolution. So I'm gonna work on panning this guy. Yeah, so I'm pulling all of these out. I did have these 2 kind of like topper single shadows. This is by Touch and Soul, and this is the shade Mystic Hollow Mulberry. Where did I get Mystic from? Beautiful, beautiful like eyeshadow. Kind of want to keep it in here. I only use it a handful of times. And this one is by Pat McGrath. It came in her like little 6-pan travel palette. I love it on the eyes. Just gives a beautiful texture without like looking flaky or anything like that. So I am gonna pull that out. I'm only gonna keep this guy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the Bare Minerals Mystery Shade Single Loose Shadow. The mascaras that are in here are still going strong, so I'm not going to be picking any other mascaras. I do have these 2 brow pencils. The NYX is almost gone. Again, this is in a project pan, and I really enjoyed this Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, so I get what the hype is about. Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I do want to keep it in here. Stunning on the face. I did added a couple lip products in here. I think I added these 2 this morning because I just picked up this Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon, and I picked up the shade Hustle in Heels. I really want to play with this, so that's why I put it in here, but I still haven't used it. And I wanted a like a neutral lip liner because the look that I'm gonna go for today, I haven't put my makeup on yet, but I know I'm gonna want a nude lip, so I wanted to use this today. So these are gonna stay in here, technically shop my stash off camera for them. I am gonna go ahead and pull all of these out. Honestly, I did not use these two reds, so maybe I should keep them in here. I didn't use them. I'm gonna keep the red lip liner too. But all of these I did use. I love those Buxom lip glosses. And then this Bobbi Brown, the crushed liquid lip, absolutely stunning. And this is in a Give a Fig, but I am gonna pull it out. Now I am gonna pull out this neutral lip pencil, and this is a Rimmel London one, but the shade is Tiramisu. So it's coming out. Let's go ahead and talk about the palettes that were in here. There were quite a few palettes in here, a couple eyeshadow palettes and a couple like face palettes and highlighters and whatnot. So let's quickly talk about these, and then we can go ahead and shop my stash for new makeup. The first one I had in here, the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. I loved it. I did go ahead and take it with me on travel when I traveled for work. Beautiful, really easy to work with. The colors are just stunning, my kind of colors. I am gonna go ahead and pull it out. I did have the Kylie highlighter palette, the wet, is it called the wet highlighter? What is it called? I'm not sure what it's called, but this is like the pressed illuminating powder. There's 4 shades in here. I had to go very light-handed or I would look like a tin man with this, but it's beautiful. Looks beautiful on the skin. I mainly use this shade. I did reach in for some of the other shades. I would like slightly tap it with my finger and tap it on my cheek, because otherwise it would just like be metallic. So not something I could wear for work. Smashbox Cali Contour Palette. I love it. I have a problem with Smashbox face palettes. This was absolutely stunning. Again, I did take this with me on travel. I love this for setting under my eye. This highlighter was beautiful. This blush, stunning. And then the contour and the bronzer, absolutely beautiful. I really, really love it. I'm so glad I picked it up. I am going to go ahead and pull it out though. Pat McGrath, the La Vie en Rose. This is the little 6-pan palette. Again, this was beautiful. And one of the days I just did a very easy like 2 shadow look. I went in with this all over the crease, and then I topped it with this shade. Looked absolutely stunning. I did dip into this golden shade in like the inner corner, and then I did highlight with this one. These two I haven't really used on my eyes yet, but these 2 shades I was able to create one look one of the days because I was running late. So that was really beautiful. I am gonna pull that out as well. The Balm trio, the Girls Getaway trio, the Balm had they do their 50% off sale occasionally, maybe like twice a year or 3 times a year. And then I wanted to pull this in just to remind myself I don't really need anything else from the Balm, and I loved it. I use these 2 as blushes, like I would mix the 2, and then occasionally I would, instead of using that Cali Contour bronzer, I would use that contour from the Cali Contour kit, or palette, and then I would top it with this as a bronzer. Looked stunning. Really happy to have this in my collection actually, but I am gonna pull it out. And then the last palette that I had in here is the Gemini palette. This was a palette that I wanted so badly from the first day it came out, and then Sephora got it, it sold out, and then as soon as they got it back in stock, I ordered it. Now it's sold out again. I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. The formula is so creamy. It is a little bit powdery, but I honestly don't mind that. It just looks so beautiful on the eye. I love these shades, or even these shades, so I'm really happy to have this. I am gonna pull it out though. And that's it. That's everything that was in here for the past, I don't know, 2-3 weeks. I'm gonna go ahead and put these ones back. We're not gonna shop my stash for new products because I really want to finish this guy and then maybe this guy. Now let's go ahead and shop my stash. I actually did go ahead and reorganize my makeup collection in a little bit that made in a way that made a little bit more sense. So I can't wait to show you guys how I reorganized everything. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're gonna shop older products in my collection first, and then at the end I'm gonna pick a few of the new items. I'm trying to use my personal collection before picking up new items that I've recently purchased. Let's get into it. Okay, you guys, so the first thing now in here, right below my everyday drawer, this is the only place I could fit these are my face palettes. I did take out like contouring palettes, and I took out so this is what's in here now is just like you know, a palette that would be bronzer, highlight, and blush, that kind of face palettes in here. I can't remember if I have a newer face palette to play with, but one face palette that I really haven't used in a really long time is this one, the Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow palette. I really liked it. After I got through the first layer of product, it became super creamy. A bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. They're not super dark, so if you're light medium, you can make this work. I am gonna go ahead and pull it in just because I haven't played with it in a long time. So I'm gonna pull this guy in from this drawer. Okay, now my next drawer down is bronzers, and this is where I put like contouring palettes that would have like a bronzer, a brightener kind of shade, like these palettes. I ended up putting these in here because that just made a little bit more sense to me. So we're gonna go ahead and shop for bronzers now. This is where I always feel so stumped. I'm really close to finishing the bronzer that I have in my project pan, and I kind of want to start thinking about what bronzer I would want to pan after that. So what I think I'm going to pull from here, I'm going to pull one of these in. I'm going to go for the darker one, the Wet n Wild Make a Glow Contouring Palette. I know these are kind of hard to work with because they're so powdery, but I'm really close to hitting pan in this yellow shade. And then I think I'm tan enough to be able to use this one. And again, this is the Caramel Toffee shade. This is the lighter one of them. So I am going to pull this guy in as kind of contouring combo. And then the next bronzer that I'm going to pull in from here, let's do, kind of want to pull in this Hourglass one. I really love it. I know I used it not that long ago, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull it in. This is the Luminous Bronze Light. Do I have another bronzer, new bronzer that I haven't played with in a while? Maybe I do. And I'm gonna pull in this one by MAC. I was trying to pan this guy last year and it was just like pretty much impossible. It's so tightly packed, and I used it for probably 6 months straight and then I gave up. This is the Refined Golden Bronzing Powder by MAC. I'm gonna pull these three in, and then maybe I do have a new bronzer that I can pull in. So let's move on now to blushes. Okay, so here are my blushes now. This was basically the reason I ended up reorganizing all of my collection. I bought these inserts from IKEA. They're supposed to be for Alex drawers, and then this one kind of got stuck in here. I couldn't pull it out, and then I was like, you know what, it's time to reorganize everything. So this is all of my blushes now. Quite a bit, I know. I don't know, you guys. It kind of got out of control for some reason. I thought maybe about doing a blush declutter, but I love pretty much all of the ones that are in here. There are very few that I'm like about. And actually, let's go ahead and pull one of the ones that I'm like about. And for that, I do have this Ulta Beauty mineral blush, and this is in the shade Iris. I feel like this is more of, I guess, a highlight. It's kind of, well, actually kind of very similar, although the Natasha Denona is more like golden. But I might be able to use this as a blush highlight. I'll see if I like it or not. This is kind of like a chopping block product for this week, so let's bring that in, because that's one that I'm not so sure about whether or not I want to keep it. The other blush that I would like to pull in, how about we pull in one of these? These are by Kiko Milano. I know I absolutely love both of these blushes, but let me pull this guy in. This is their Moon Dust Face Powder. Mysterious Pink. This was one of their holiday blushes a couple years ago, and I absolutely love this blush. I love the formula. I love the shade. I'm gonna pull that in, and then I would like one more blush. We'll just pick one more blush. How about we do a blush that's maybe again, maybe that's questionable for me in my collection currently. And then this one, this has survived a couple declutters. or menthol declutters, and this is the Revolution matte blush, and the shade is Nude. I don't know that they still sell these. It's beautiful formula. The shade is beautiful. I feel like I'm probably gonna end up keeping it, but I'm gonna pull this in. Now the last drawer down in this one side is highlighters, and this is where I put my highlighting palettes in here. I know this is not very appealing to the eye because it's very packed, but again, it's just the way that it made more sense to me. So I'm gonna move these out of the way because I don't want to pull any of these. I do want to pull one of these palettes over here because I don't know how I feel about it. I have 3 of them that I'm not so sure about. This one, actually I might have pulled in the third one, put it in a chopping block drawer. This one and this one. This is the Revolution Radiance palette. I had heard some people say that these are dupes for the Hourglass Luminous Light powders, but I can tell you for a fact they're not. The formula is so different. And then this is the Fiona Styles Light Illusion Prism palette. It's very subtle highlighting kind of powders. I think I'm gonna pull in the Revolution one because that's the one that I'm most not sure about. So I'm gonna pull that palette in. I have a feeling it's gonna be its last couple weeks in my collection. So we'll do that one. Let's go ahead and pull in some other highlighters. I just recently found this guy. I purchased it. This is by Kiko Milano. I purchased it a while ago to use as a highlight. This is supposed to be a single eyeshadow. So I think I'm going to pull it in to use as a highlight, see how I feel about it, or if it's just going to need to go back into my single eyeshadow drawer. It's a beautiful shade, but it might be a little too dark for me to be a highlight. It might not suit my skin tone very well, although with a tan it could. So I'm going to do that one. The other highlight that I do want to pull in, how about we do, which one should we get in that we haven't used in a while? I'm going to pull in this Wet n Wild one because other than like when I first purchased it, I don't think I've used it. I've swatched it a couple times. This is the highlighting bar, the Mega Glow highlighting bar, and this is Earth. I'm gonna pull this one in, and then I just want one more highlight that I know that I really truly love. And I think for that, I'm gonna pull in one of these MAC highlights. Ooh, let's pull in this guy. This is Beaming Blush? Yeah, this is Beaming Blush. This is so beautiful. Stunning highlight. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this in. I haven't played with it in a long time. And that is gonna be it from this drawer. We're gonna go ahead and shop my stash now for foundations, powders, and eyeshadow palettes, and then we do newer makeup drawers. Okay, so let's go ahead and do foundation and concealer next. I did declutter a couple foundations, maybe like 5 of them. I still have quite a bit, and I really need to get rid of more, but it is what it is. I think I'm gonna pull in the Catrice foundation. I did get a new shade that should match me better. I got the shade Hazelnut Beige. I think this should match me better. This is one of their newer shades. They don't have 4 shades anymore. They have a couple more. So I'm gonna pull in this one by Catrice. I think it should be good for me now. Trying to think if I have any other new foundations in my collections that I could test out. I think I do. So I think I'm gonna keep it to this one, and then one of the other foundations in my collection, like a newer foundation. I might just do that. Though I really like this guy too, but 2 full coverage foundations, I don't want to do that. I'm I'm just gonna stick to the one foundation, and then we'll do we'll shop my stash for a new foundation. I might have one or two new ones, so we'll do this one. And for concealer, like I said, I want to try and find a concealer that I can pan after I finish my Tarte Shape Tape. So we did go ahead and keep the NYX one. I'm gonna pull in a couple more. Let's go ahead and pull in the Catrice one. I know I've made a good dent in this, and they should go together pretty well, right? So we'll do that. And then I would like one more concealer, just because I like having the variety. I think I'm gonna pull in one that I'm not so sure about, and that is this CoverGirl one. What I really liked about this, it was perfect for no makeup like days if I need a little concealing. Super lightweight, very light coverage, although it says light to medium. I would say like very light coverage, but it's good for those days when you don't want to like wear some other makeup. I'm gonna pull it in. I'm gonna see how I feel about it, if I want to keep it or what. So I'm gonna pull this guy in. Now let's go ahead. I know I don't pull my BB creams, but days that I don't wear makeup, this is the one I've been working on. So like the day that I don't wear foundation or full face or anything, I would put this guy in just all over my face, kind of to even out my skin tone and get a little bit of SPF. It's only SPF 21, but I do use this guy, and I'm pretty close to finishing it, so I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, this is, I don't pull them in because they're usually like, I reach for them on occasional days that I know I'm not gonna wear foundation. Okay, let's go ahead and pull in a couple powders. Okay, so it would only make sense to pull in the Catrice matte powder because we do have a couple Catrice products. So I'm gonna pull that in. The Prime and Fine mattifying powder. Hopefully I won't be too matte. This is matte, the foundation is matte, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull this guy in. I have that banana powder from the little Wet n Wild compact, and I did pick up a banana powder from Too Faced. So I have banana powders. I think I would like a powder, maybe I do have a loose powder to pan, so I don't want to pull in a loose powder. I'm gonna pull in this guy because I'm considering starting working on this one. I'm almost done with the pressed powder that's in my 19 and 2019, and I think this is the one I want to try and pan after, just because it's so bulky. It is beautiful on the skin, but it is a bulky compact. So I'm gonna pull it in, see how I feel about it. So that's gonna be it for powders. I think I have enough. Again, I do have a powder that's in my new makeup collection that we're gonna pull in. So that's it for powders. Let's go ahead and move on. Actually, let's move on to new makeup, and then we'll get a face primer, and then we'll see if we need to shop my stash for older eyeshadow palettes. I ended up moving my eyeshadow palettes. They fit both, like all of them, they fit in 2 drawers now, except of course the new eyeshadow palettes. So I'm really happy to show you. I'm excited to show you that, but I do want to pull in a couple of the new ones. So let's go ahead and do that, and then if we need to, we'll come back and see the older palettes. All right, you guys, so here we are in the new makeup drawers. I do have this palette, the Nars. I did pick this guy up during Ulta's 20% off. They had a 20% off coupon, and I had enough points, so I ordered this. This is the Hot Nights. I know it's eyeshadow and a bronzer and a highlight, so I'm gonna pull this in. Although I do have quite a few bronzers, but I do want to play with it. I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna pull that in. This is the banana powder that I do want to pull in as well. This is the Too Faced banana powder. I did get that, I can't remember what they called it. That set came powder, gloss, and mascara, and the little mini bronzer, but I know I just want to pull this in. I don't want to pull any of the other stuff in it. Eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this guy, the Born to Run, the Urban Decay Born to Run. It's half off right now at Ulta. It started today. I think it might be only one day, but I'm gonna pull this guy in. No, I have a lot of bronzers, but I kind of want to play with this guy. Okay, foundation. Let's see, for foundation, other makeup drawer, Let's go ahead and do it. I think I'm dark enough for this. And this is the Ella Girl Pro Coverage Foundation in the shade is Natural. I'm going to pull this in. I don't have a lot of other new foundations. I mean, I have this guy and people say that it's kind of like a foundation. But I don't know. I'm not going to pull it in today. Oh, sorry. I know we're out of focus. Sorry about that if we were out of focus. Let's go ahead and do something kind of impromptu. Maybe like a giveaway. I do have this Morphe 15D Day Slayer eyeshadow palette. I know I'm not going to use it. There's no point of me holding on to it. If you would like to win this palette, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Any comment. Make sure to be subscribed to my channel. And then leave me your Instagram handle, and I'm gonna just a week from the day that this video comes up, which I'm hoping to upload it on Sunday the 14th. I'll close the giveaway a week after that, and then I'll email you or I'll DM you on Instagram. So if you really would like to win this palette, again, be subscribed to my channel. Give this video a like, leave me any comment down below, whatever you want to say. Just make sure to include your Instagram so I can get in contact with you, and good luck. Yeah, I don't need this palette, so might as well give it to one of you guys if you would be interested in it. Now let's get back to Shop My Stash. How about for primer? Let's give this guy a shot. This is the Yensa Tone Up Primer Essential Glow. I think this came in an Ipsy bag, which I don't have anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this guy in. Why not? We'll pull this guy in, and then let's pull in. I'm gonna pull in another mini primer. I do have a couple minis. This came, I think, in Sephora bag. I'm gonna pull in one of the MAC minis actually. So I think this is it from this drawer, you guys. And then from here, I think, oh, I'm gonna pull these in finally. These lip glosses. I have 3 lip colors currently in my drawer that are reds. These are kind of nude lip glosses by Pat McGrath. I've had it for a while. I would like to actually use them. So I'm gonna pull these in. And let's do, oh, I do have more foundation. Oh goodness. A lot of highlights. I'm trying to be on a makeup prehab kind of thing, but I guess it's not working. I really want to play with this Cover FX bronzer. What the heck? Let's just pull it in. Cover FX Monochromatic Bronzer Duo. And I got the lighter shade, the Sunkissed Bronze. I'm going to bring that in. And let's do another highlight. Sure, why not? Can never have too many highlights. I have a couple in here, and I have a couple in here as well. So I don't know about this guy, and that's why I'm gonna pull this in. Seemed a little too dry when I purchased it and swatched it. And this is the JCat You Glow Girl Baked Highlighter, and the shade is Moon and Back. Again, we're gonna do swatches when we put everything back, but let's pull this guy in. And I think this is it, new makeup wise. Again, don't forget about this giveaway if you're interested. For setting sprays, I'm not gonna get anything from here because I do want to finish the other one. Okay, here we are now for primers. The one primer that I think I'm gonna try and use, and hopefully I can finish it in the 2 upcoming weeks. I'm gonna pull in one of these ones from MAC. I do have so many minis. I know they're perfect for like project panning, but I have so many. Let's see, I have Radiant Yellow, Radiant Pink, Radiant Pink, Radiant Pink, Radiant Pink, and then the original. We're gonna pull in one of the Radiant Pink ones. Let's do that. And then I do have that one full-size primer, so I think I should be good with all of that. Actually, I only picked up, well, I got 2 eyeshadow palettes. Let's go ahead and shop my stash for another eyeshadow palette. And for lips, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that off camera again. Actually, let's pick out an eyeliner together. We'll just do one liner. I don't have too many liners to rotate through, but I do have quite a bit. Let's pull in, how about we do this guy? Round the Clock Eyeliner, waterproof. It's the shade 11 AM. I'm not really sure what color that is, but let's pull that in. Okay guys, so I told you I moved my eyeshadow palettes and they all fit in 2 drawers now. Here's the first drawer, and then the one just below it, oop, might not be able to open it. And then here's the second drawer. So everything now fits in 2 drawers. I'm only gonna pick up 1 eyeshadow palette from here because I did pull in 2. So goodness. I know I had put some eyeshadow palettes because I wasn't so sure how I feel about them. So maybe I pull in one of them that I don't know how I feel about. I actually have quite a bit that I don't know how I feel about. For example, one that I really don't know how I feel about, and actually it might be a declutter, is, let's start. I have a couple of Too Faced ones, to be honest. I'm gonna pull in 1, 2, 3. No, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 from Too Faced that I'm not so sure about. So for the next 4 Shop My Stashes, I'm gonna just keep pulling one of these. I'm just gonna close my eyes, and this one. We're just gonna do this one, the peanut butter and jelly one. I'm gonna pull it in, see how I feel about it. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back in the drawers, and then I'll come back and I show you what I picked out, and we'll do swatches, and that will be it. So be back, you guys. Alrighty, you guys, I went ahead and put everything back in the drawer, and let's go ahead and go through it real quick. For powders, I do have the Too Faced banana powder. Really cannot wait to play with this. I've heard some great stuff about it, so I can't wait to play with this. I do have the Physicians Formula. This is, what is it called? The translucent airbrushing press powder. So I have that, and the Catrice Prime and Fine mattifying powder, and of course my Hourglass for finishing powder. For bronzers, I do have the MAC bronzing powder, and what's this? Refined Golden. It's really beautiful. It's not showing up on my skin right now. There it is right there. It's really beautiful. It does look like it has a little bit of shimmer in it, but not really on the skin. So there's that powder. Can't believe how bad my tan line is. Okay, let's just put the watch right there. The Hourglass Luminous Bronze in Light. I love this guy. I'll probably use it as like a bronze topper, although it looks a little bit darker on the skin than it does here. And the Cover FX Monochromatic Bronzer Duo, and the shade is Sunkissed Bronze. Here we go, you guys. This is first time opening this. Okay, all right, so beautiful. I do really love this shade. It looks like kind of contoury shade too, so I'm excited to play with that. And then the Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette. This has a powder, like a banana powder, and the bronzer. Again, I'm really close to hitting pan on that banana powder. I can see like the pan, so hopefully I could hit pan on it. If I do hit pan on it, I'm gonna declutter it, because I would have definitely, I mean, I know I already got my money's worth out of it. It's beautiful bronzer in here though. Maybe I don't declutter it, maybe it stays, we'll see. Let's go ahead and move on to blushes and highlights, and then we'll do the palette stuff that are stuck way in the back a little bit later. Revolution, the matte blush, and nude. It is a really beautiful color. My hand just a little wet from the wipe. I just wiped my hand. It's a really beautiful color and formula, so I don't know, I just need to use a little bit more. Kiko Milano Mysterious Pink. This is so beautiful. I love it on the skin. There it is right there. It's absolutely beautiful. And then the last blush in here is the Ulta one, and the shade is Iris. I have a feeling this is more of a highlight on me, or maybe like a blush topper. It's right there. It's so light. It's probably gonna be a highlight. Let's go ahead and do the highlights themselves. MAC Beaming Blush. This is the, what do they call it? Mineralized Skin Finish? No, Extra Dimension Skin Finish. Look at that. That is stunning. I cannot wait to play with it. This is one that I'm not so sure about, the Catrice one, and this is a baked formula. Moon and Back is the shade name. See, it's kind of like chunky, powdery. I don't know, not my favorite. Maybe it's different on the face. We'll have to see. Wet n Wild bar in highlighting bar in Earth. This is the one that I thought would match my skin tone the best. Again, it's kind of like a little chunky, not super smooth, not like their like square pans, square highlights, but we'll have to see how it's on the skin. And a Kiko Milano eyeshadow that I thought would be good as a highlighter on my skin tone. And there it is right there. It's really pretty. It's the last one right here. And that's the shade 01 from their Arctic Holiday. I don't know that it has a shade name, but it says 01. So there is that. Let me go ahead and clean my hands real quick, and then I'll show you the other palettes that we have. Okay, so for highlighting palette, or I guess I'm gonna give this guy a shot as a finishing powder, just because everybody I heard say that it's kind of dupe for the Hourglass Luminous powders. Maybe I'm gonna use them, try it as a finishing powder. It's very subtle, so I don't know, maybe it's actually will be good as highlighters. Have to see. I haven't played with it in a really long time. So there is that. And then the other one that's in here is the Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow highlighter, blush, and bronzer. It's actually a really pretty shades. I'm gonna do them right here. So here they are, highlighter, blush, and the bronzer. Let me go ahead and show you the eyeshadow palettes right now, because the Nars Hot Nights palette also has a highlighter and a bronzer. So let me show you that real quick. So here it is. I do love these palettes from Nars. So the top row is eyeshadows, and this is a highlighter and a bronzer. Let's go ahead and, whew, that formula. Let's go ahead and try these. So pretty. It's kind of like a contoury bronzer. I really want to dip in this shade from the eyeshadows. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so there's one of the eyeshadow palettes. And then the other two eyeshadow palettes, one is newer and one is an older one. The Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette, I've used it. It's okay. It's not my favorite. I think this might be one that will be decluttered when I film my second eyeshadow palette declutter, which I should get on it soon. And then I have the Born to Run, Urban Decay Born to Run. I can't believe I haven't used this guy yet. I mean, I've had it for a while, and I know a lot of people rave about it. It's on sale now, so I wonder if it's gonna get discontinued, but there it is. Cool tone, warm tone, maybe everyday looks, special looks. So I can't wait to play with this guy. The only thing that really didn't fit in here for now are the mists, the sprays. So I have them sitting up on the table. For mascaras, the typical mascaras, I have like 4 in rotation. And here are the concealers that I pulled in, one by Catrice, one by NYX, and one by CoverGirl. I didn't pull in any extra like single shadows because I do have a lot of colors from the Urban Decay palette, and I really need to make up my mind about that Too Faced palette, so I didn't pull in anything else here. The foundation, the LA Girl Pro Cover Foundation in Natural, looks so much deeper than this guy. I wonder if this is even gonna match me. The Hazelnut Beige shade from Catrice, I have a feeling it's gonna be too light for how tan I am right now. But maybe a lot of bronzing. Yeah, it looks really light on my hand, but again, my hand is always, I don't know. We'll have to see. If this didn't work for, maybe this is a good match for my skin and that one is not. Well, I don't know. This is the LA Girl one, the Pro Coverage and Natural. I know it had settled, so I think this is gonna be, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to mix it. Actually, it's not as dark as it looks in the actual bottle. Yeah, it's not so bad. Not as dark as I thought it was gonna be. So there's that. And now for the fun part, the lip products. Let's go ahead and do the lip swatches. Let's do the reds first. I'll go ahead and swatch them and then I'll come back and show you what I have. Okay, so for the reds, the first one in here is Hustle and Heels by Maybelline. I love how this smells. It's super creamy. And that's this one right here. It's the lighter of them all. The one in the middle is Russian Red by MAC. And then the one in the end is the Viva Glam by MAC, the 25th anniversary lip color. Let's do the 3 Pat McGrath lip glosses, and then I'll show you the other lip colors I pulled in off camera. Alrighty, so the 3 Pat McGrath lip glosses. The first one, the lightest one, which is this one down here, is in the shade Flesh Fantasy. So pretty. The one in the middle is in the shade Bronze Temptation, and this is kind of, they call it well, I guess they're all gloss. And then the last one is Flesh 4. This is the deepest of them all. Hopefully it looks good on me. It looks really dark. Maybe I'll top this lipstick with it. And this is the Dose of Colors Hey Girl. This was the collab of Desi and Katie. So maybe these two on top of each other would look good, or even this top and this I think is gonna be gorgeous, like the first Pat McGrath lip gloss. And then the liquid lip from Dose of Colors, also the collab between Desi and Katie, or Desi and Katie collab with Dose of Colors, and this is the shade My Man. It's really pretty. I really like that shade. I think it'll look really good with my skin tone. So that's it for the lip colors. I guess the only thing I didn't show you is the swatch of this eyeliner that we pulled in. This is the Bare Minerals Round the Clock waterproof eyeliner, and the shade is 11 AM. Oh, this is kind of like a charcoaly eyeliner. Okay, kind of like green charcoal. That's a weird shade. Anyway, so that's that. What I really want to feel is this this primer. I keep getting Yensa ads on Instagram. Okay. Does feel kind of hydrating. Alright, I'm excited to try it. This is it, you guys, for this video. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're curious about, or if you're interested in the giveaway in that Morphe 15 Shadow Day palette, please go ahead and enter the giveaway. I'll have the rules in the description box again, just in case I rushed through it when I was filming. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Leave me a comment down below. Let's chat. Bye.